I just woke up and I'm about 4.5 hours early for 10-hour reset, so I can do an 8 to 2 sleeper split and go a little earlier, but then it still puts me at my delivery in Missouri at the caves like 4 or 5 hours early. So I've got 10 hours right now if I could sit around and not do anything. So I don't want to talk about trucking or driving or anything. I want to talk about stuff that is not trucking, that does not have anything to do with the road. And I got all this stuff. So I went back to Salt Lake City to the terminal and was sitting there waiting to drop off the beer load and grab the other load going to Missouri. Not expecting to have to deliver the beer load, but I ended up having to deliver it anyway. And then I got this load, and now I'm out in Odessa, Nebraska at Sapp Brothers. I was driving by, I had half an hour left on my time, and I saw I had an LTE signal, probably one of the only places across Nebraska where I get a signal. And I was able to stop, shut down here, and I was tired and wanted to go to sleep. But I got this drawing here. I don't know if you can see as well as I could see it. But it's kind of shaped like a pyramid. It's looks like the blueprints of a house. That's because it is. Not all of it's there, but the idea of what I want to do is there. Most of the framework, I think, except for the sides on how to distribute the weight on the sides, and any foundation underneath it. But I'm going to build the house. I think I'm going to build. The shape of the house is going to be a pyramid style. The walls are going to come out at an angle, and the base is going to be up off the ground, up on stilts. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 main posts. Because of the size, I want to do a 10 by 10 to keep it small. It's a shed size, and make it a really tall shed so that it has a loft. That keeps it under building codes and stuff, but if I move into an area where I don't have any building codes, then I don't have to worry about 10 by 10, so I can expand a little bit. But so I think the top of it's going to be 10 by 10, but the bottom of it is going to be a different size. So if I get a nice isosceles triangle, which have all 3 even sides, 3 even angles, except for that I cut off the top of it and I make it a square that's flat on top, so I can put a deck on there, and at least it'll have a roof covering that will extend up. So basically you have the cap on the pyramid, and on a center pole or something like that, the cap of the pyramid will extend up, and it will be an awning, a covering of the porch. Basically, instead of having the porch around the outside, the porch is going to be up on top. And then down underneath, I was considering whether or not I want to have this all set down on the ground or into the ground. So the roof, the sides come all the way to the ground, right? They touch the ground, but the floor isn't right at the edge of the roof there, all the way on the ground. It actually goes down in the ground a little bit. So they require some digging. How deep, how tall I want the walls. I think I want it enough to where when you enter in, you're entering into the middle of the house, and then you go down, and then it's into like about a 15 by 15 room, or 20 by 20, and then the other stairs will go up to a 10 by 10. So it would be basically, if you had a 10 by 10 bedroom, and that's if you know how the size of that, to get the idea, 10 by 10 bedroom, the bottom floor will be 4 10 by 10 bedrooms, and the top floor would be 1, and then you'll have a little staircase and trapdoor or whatever, the stairs that go up onto the top of it. But the biggest thing about this right here is that all the sides of there are going to be a greenhouse. It's all going to be a vertical garden along all the sides of it, so you don't actually see the sides of the house all too much. What you're going to see is produce or flowers or something like that. An edible and marketable growing green product that is, and I think I'm going to use the compost as a growing medium. That way it can just use rainwater, adjust the pH a little bit. I think the compost should help with that. But yeah, here's a little different one. Show you. I can't see anything here. It is too bright. Terrible. Terrible lighting. Hold on. On the side, this is a pyramid, basically. I put a little, and the top of it has angles that go out to the side. This camera on if I have it facing me, with the front-facing camera on the front of the phone, on pictures, when it's just taking a picture, plenty of light. You can see just fine. When I put it into video mode, nothing. And there's no setting that I can change any of that. If I flip it around the other way and use the away-facing camera, it's not really all that much better, and I still need to have some light for the video. It doesn't. It's the LG G2. So, and then I was doing, it's a different piece of paper here, a few other ideas on houses, just drawing some blueprints. Here's one that I saw. I can't see nothing. Sure that you can see. You can kind of see the design here. There's one side that the whole front of it slides open. It's all a big bunch of glass windows, but it basically will slide and seal up, and to keep you safe, the whole wall of it, this wall right here, will slide back in front, and it's got little fans that are on there so it'll catch the wind, because I figure if you slide something out like that on a windy day, it's just going to rip it off. It's just basically metal or tin or something. There's a few other like shapes to try to get some maximum stuff. This is what I really wanted to show you. Is I know they're on paper towels because that's what I had at the time, and when my mind was working, and I hadn't just woke up, you know. It's good. I drew out the grid, the size of a 10x10 in comparison to the semi truck on this piece of paper. And I'm looking at just, you know, about twice the size of the cab of the truck. It's about the size of the footprint of the house. I don't know why I'm here talking. Hi, my name is Matt. I drive a truck every day, all day. I'm not smiling because it's not something I enjoy. And it's because I don't like it so much, that is my biggest motivation for building a house. I come out here, I don't think it takes me more than 2 days to be on the road before I'm like, I just need to be out of here and to be off this road. And people think that's so good. I can't explain it. I'm not going to explain it. I'm not going to talk about trucking. I refuse. A few things, you know, just all blueprints I'm drawing for a house. You can't see it because the light sucks in here, and I don't care because I just woke up and I have 4.5 hours before I can even leave, and then I have 9 hours of driving, so it's going to be a long day. In the middle of the day, I'm going to go deliver and then go park in a truck stop. They're going to send me some load information, which I'm suspecting is going to be, tell me to shut up. Why did I just told you I'm not going to talk about trucking, right? Okay, here's the design of the house. It's 10x10. It's got a greenhouse attached to the side of it. On Here it's just basically 10 by 10, except for one of the walls. Look at light. Can you see on a piece of paper? Look, here's a piece of paper. It's a paper towel. I'm in a semi truck. I'm stuck in this little box cube in the middle of nowhere, unable to do anything. I can't accomplish anything from here. There's nothing that I can do from here right now. I got to sit and wait, and then the time when it's time for me to go, I'm going to be doing anything. It's going to be the end of the day, middle of the night, like doing stuff at 2 a.m. and still having to go to work in the morning. People call me and they say, like bill collectors and stuff like that, and they just want my money. They got child support that they take my money from me. They take paychecks and worth of money. And everything is trying to prevent me from being able to leave here to do anything and to be any kind of successful in life. This is completely confining and imprisoning and entrapping in here. Let me show you my guitar. What am I gonna do? And then not only are you trapped in here, is that when you get to do the only thing that there is to do with the semi-truck, and you have to go do it with other people that just nobody cares anymore. Neither do I. I'll always drive safe. I'll always do that, regardless of anything. But I want to continue doing that for as little time as possible. You see, here's my guitar. It's missing something. Two of them now. I can still play it. I don't know what to play with it. This sounds cool. Playing 4 strings. When you have to take a piss when you're here, and it's freezing cold outside, and you gotta wake up several times in the middle of your slumber to go take a piss, and you have to be dressed and put socks and shoes on and your clothes and walk to the store to go use the bathroom. Imagine the convenience of having me having a place and I had a compost toilet. It would be like thrilled. Other people are like, oh my god, I have to use a compost toilet. And I'd be like, oh, I could have a place to go to the bathroom. Somewhere to go to the bathroom. How about a house where you could actually extend your arms out all the way and turn a full circle? I have tried in anywhere inside of here, and you can't extend your arms all the way and turn all the way around. And I know that with like transporting chickens or something, like the cage sizes for animals, like a chicken has to be able to completely extend its wings or something like that. You don't even get that much space in the semi-truck for a human being in here. I remember doing workouts in here, like going to the full gym. I had resistance bands, and I hooked them to everything, and I got to weird angles, and I would just work out, and then I'd get out of the truck, and then I would go run. and I'd go run down the streets, and I'd almost get hit by cars, and there I would park the trucks specifically at certain truck stops because I knew there was somewhere for me to go run nearby, like the Loves in Des Moines, Iowa. I can there's a trail that goes along a creek. One end's a lake, and the other end's like a golf course and a beautiful neighborhood with all these really big, expensive-looking houses and a big open field. It looks really nice with a bench you can sit down and look out at everything, and the creek that runs alongside of it. A college is a bridge that goes over. I think it's to a college or a school or something, or a park. I don't know. Get out and go, and anything. It was just an escape. That's what I did. I got on my feet with my running shoes on, and I ran because it's absolutely completely crazy. Can't take it anymore. But there's no options to do anything. And by going out and running, that kept me from going and making decisions to escape from here. So I just continued doing this. So out of some sense of fear, it's like I don't want to go back out and leave here just to end up having to come back here again. I remember the second time I had to come back here. I left and I was like, I drove trucks. It had been 2 years out here on the road. I don't know, I had like 2 different companies, 10 different trucks, running truck for another guy, running teams, solo, driving another guy's lease truck, my own truck, several company trucks, all kinds of stuff. Going all over the country, and I finally had $20,000 saved, and I went and I got an apartment. I bought a pickup truck. I got an apartment, and I've had a local job. And several times I've done this. I've saved up all my money, got the apartment, tried to get a job, tried to afford everything, and I couldn't afford it anymore. It doesn't last. You end up not making enough where you need a second job or some second source of income, or somehow to cut one of your life essentials that you need. You can't have everything that you need to survive. You either don't have food, but you have water and shelter, or you have shelter and food, but you don't have water, or you have food, but you don't have a shelter or something like that. You can't afford everything. All those basic essentials. So now that I'm going to be buying the properties, can be mine. I own it. Nobody can take it from me. I now have all the property rights to it, and I build a house and my shelter on it with money, so I own it. So nobody can take that from me, and it'll be so small and not very much value in that. So my property taxes will be the smallest amount, and the greenhouse and everything will be food. So I'll always have food to eat. So I won't ever need to depend on going to work to continue to live. Any work that I do will be accessory funds to accomplish any other tasks or goals that I need. So if I ever lack in employment or something like that, it's just lacking on extra money that I don't care about anyway. So that I get paid to live in this semi-truck, I would just continue to live here as long as I had food, water, and shelter. And that was it, and I didn't have to deal with traffic. But people like out here, they don't get paid enough to be here. It's like, I've got shelter over my head, and I can eat every day, but what I don't have is the safety. So something about my property that I need to get needs to be away from everything and everybody and safe. Like, I would put up 20-foot walls, like a castle, so that nobody can get to me, so they can't hear them. It'll be nowhere near any highway. An interstate will be as far away as possible. There'll be no traffic coming down my road. I will not see another person. It'll be the world disappear and gone forever. Complete silence. No people. No civilization. The world has died, and I'm the last person alive. That's where I'm going. There's not going to be any more YouTube videos. I'm done doing all this stuff. I'm not going to post any more of these stupid things. Pointless. Wasted time. even going on this. Oh, I only want the information that I need. It's going to help me build what I need to build. See you later.